You're listening to Midlife Side Quest, the Over the Hill Gaming Podcast. Here's your host, John Wall.
Hey there, and welcome to Midlife Side Quest episode 30, and thank you very much for tuning in. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about Kill It With Fire VR. And if you haven't yet subscribed to the show, please take a second to do so. And I would also love to hear your feedback on the show, which you can do by leaving a review wherever you're listening to today's episode. You can also find the show on Twitter and Facebook by searching for Midlife SQ. So I'm not like the biggest fan of Broadway musicals. You know, I've got a soft spot for the music, man, and I probably know every single word from Grease. Don't judge me. But by and large, it's not really like my thing. Last year, though, in an effort to give our kids each some more time without their sibling, my wife and I told them each to pick out a show that they wanted to go see, and we would take them. Sam chose Frozen, which we saw last year, and we had loads of fun. And Charlie decided that he wanted to go see Hamilton. Now, I had watched the show that's available on Disney Plus before, and I listened to the music, and I liked it plenty, but I had no idea how incredible the experience was going to be seeing it in person, which I got to do just this past weekend. I guess it's not really that different from seeing an artist that you like in concert for the first time, and what a big different kind of experience that can be. But man, I really loved that show. The sets, the costumes, the choreography, the fast-paced nature of the music, it was just a fantastic show. There's a reason that this show has become so huge and such a phenomenon. And I really get it now after seeing it live. If you haven't been to the theater in a while, you should really, take the time and go see a show. It's such a cool and unique time. And it's been really awesome to take the kids to live theater too and show them what that's all about. So take your family, go to the theater. Just don't see cats. No cats. I've got kind of a love-hate relationship with VR. I've played some truly amazing games over the years, like Beat Saber, which is awesome, and Astrobot Rescue Mission, which is probably the best VR game I've ever played. And there have been some really awe-inspiring experiences that I'll remember for a long time. I also think, though, that it's a technology that has struggled to find a wide audience due to issues like comfort. Strapping this thing to your head can be cumbersome and uncomfortable. A reliance on, other hardware that you need or wires plugged into it. And the problem, which all of these platforms have, that there really just aren't enough must-have experiences for VR. I don't know how rosy the future of VR is, but I do still like to check out interesting games when I come across them. And Kill It With Fire looked like it could be one of those unique and fun games that made me charge up the Quest and switch to my headset-fitting eyeglasses. There's not a lot you can say to overcomplicate the premise of this game. Kill every damn spider you can find, any way you can do it. That's about it. It starts off simple enough. You are in a plain looking living room and there's a spider. somewhere, hiding. Is it under the couch? No. Is it behind the television? Maybe. Is it hiding in that drawer, just waiting for you to open it so that it can jump out the moment it sees your face and crawl all over you and lay eggs inside your ear? Yeah, that's what I assume it's doing. And when you find that little bastard, you need to smash it with whatever is in arm's reach. The couch pillows probably aren't going to get the job done. The cardboard box, probably not going to do it. That 45-inch television, though? Yeah, ripping that off the wall and launching it at your arachnid nemesis, probably going to get the job done. I played this game last year on Game Pass, and I had a good time with it then. Destroying entire rooms to kill a spider is undoubtedly ridiculously fun. But playing this game in VR, which I did on my Quest 2, makes it an entirely different experience altogether. It brings out that instinctual reaction that a good VR game can do. You know, just like how you're not actually walking a high wire hundreds of feet in the air, despite what your stomach is telling you as you try not to throw up. You know that there's not actually a spider scurrying between your legs. But that didn't stop me from getting the heebie-jeebies and screaming as I jumped out of the way. The little squeaky sounds that they make doesn't help either. Like when you can hear them crawling around somewhere in the room, but you don't know where they are. Yeah, no, I don't like that. You won't spend much time swatting at spiders with a rolled up copy of People magazine, though. Things will escalate pretty quickly, and soon you'll be taking on the itsy bitsy spider with an increasingly destructive arsenal, including firearms and explosives, and as the name implies, fire. As the destructive power of the weaponry increases, so does the devastation to your home or the environment. And it is fun to just destroy everything in VR. Each level will also have different objectives for you to try and complete, like killing 2 spiders with 1 blast from your shotgun, or dropping an anvil on a spider. I haven't gotten super far in Kill It With Fire simply because there's really only so much VR that I can do at one time before I start to feel queasy. That's just the way me and VR have always gotten on. But the time I have spent with the game has been quite a bit of fun. It's exactly that kind of experience that I like playing in VR. It's a fun idea that is simple, and you can experience it in short little play sessions. New quality VR games can be few and far between, so if you've been waiting for something new to play in VR, I definitely think that this is worth you checking out. I guess technically this is our special 420 edition of SideQuest. I was never really a big, user of the reefer. I dabbled in my youth, but I haven't probably done it in, 15 years or so. But just because that, it's not really my thing, doesn't mean that I don't think it should be legalized. Recreational marijuana becoming legal is long overdue, and it's encouraging that states are, finally coming around on this, at least in some parts of the country. it's kind of ridiculous the way it's treated differently from, chugging a whole bottle of Jägermeister, and the way people are, put in jail and put in prison for small amounts of weed. It's ridiculous. And I think legalizing marijuana is one small step in trying to correct some of those mistakes. So if you are partaking on this holiday, good on ya. Enjoy. Play some Katamari Damacy, and stay home. Don't drive around. A little bit of housekeeping before we go this week. There will not be a new episode of SideQuest next week, as I am going to be out of town on a family vacation, but the show will be back on Thursday, May 4th, with an all-new episode, kicking off a whole month of great episodes with shows covering Star Wars Jedi Survivor, Resident Evil 4, Redfall, and of course, Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. So I hope you're excited for that, because it should be a pretty fun month. Thank you so much for listening to Midlife Side Quest. You can catch new episodes every Thursday morning wherever you listen to podcasts. Remember, if you enjoyed the show, please subscribe and share and leave a review. And you can follow the show on Twitter and Facebook, where we go by Midlife SQ. So until next time, be well and keep playing.